Hey guys, Metal Driver here, back with another WWE Elite review. Today I'll be looking at Series 91, Hulk Hogan. On the side of the box you see an image of Hogan, then on the back we get another image, a brief bio, career highlights, a description of this figure, and the rest of the figures that are in this wave. Alright, so it is nice to finally get a 2000s version of Hogan from Mattel. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open this up and take a closer look at Hulk Hogan.
Brother.
Alright, and here we have the Immortal
Brother.
out of the packaging. But before we take a look at the figure, let's look at the accessories that he comes with. He comes with 2 open hands great for posing, 2 gripping hands, a pair of red sunglasses, a red weight belt that says Hollywood on the back. So it is odd that this isn't already on the figure. All the other Hogans that have had this type of weight belt usually already have it, but it's not a big deal. I'll just go ahead and show how that looks later on. And then he comes with a plastic shirt that has this open part in the front so you can reenact the shirt tear pose. The Hulkamania logo is painted very well. The Hogan logo here with the mustache, the sunglasses, and bandana looks good. It's got the rips in the back like all the Hogan shirts do. So I would have preferred if this was a soft goods shirt instead of a plastic one. This isn't brand new. We have seen plastic shirts like this before with some of the older Hogan figures, but it's fine. It's not the end of the world, but again, I still would have preferred a soft goods one. He comes with plastic feather boas, yellow and red ones. So this looks really nice. I like that Mattel goes with the plastic ones, because Storm Collectibles, when they've released their Hogans, they've always given us these feathered, soft ones, which never really liked because those always fell apart and would leave pieces of feather on my table, so I do like the plastic ones a whole lot better. So this looks really nice, really good for his entrance. You can take those off. Looking at the red bandana, it says Hulkamania across the front. Paint looks really good, really nice. Can come off really easily. Then taking a look at the head sculpt, it is the exact same head sculpt that we have received several times before, so it's not brand new. In fact, we received this as recently as the Amazon exclusive Ultimate Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Hollywood Hogan. So the sculpting is the same, it's still good. I think you can still pass this off as a 2005 Hogan. Paint looks really good, the mustache looks good, eyes, the eyebrows all look good, teeth look good on the figure, hair sculpted pretty well. So this is the only head sculpt we get with this figure. It would have been nice to get an additional head sculpt, specifically one with the Hollywood beard, because that way you could have had your 2002 version of Hulk Hogan, and you can actually swap the heads on the Ultimate Hogan with this one, so if you wanted to make your own 2002 version of Hulk Hogan, you could do that, so that actually looks really nice. I think that's a missed opportunity on Mattel's part. They could have included this as an additional head sculpt, and that would have been really cool. Moving on to the rest of the body, and I'm not really sure if I like this. In fact, actually I really don't. This torso is kind of bothering me because I think it's a bit too thin for this incarnation of Hogan. You see, Hogan at this time was very bulky and beefy. He kind of had that Frank Miller Dark Knight Returns look, that old man buff. So I don't think this body accurately depicts that version of Hogan. That and the skin tone really should have been that tan look that we have seen with the other Hogan figures, because he was very tan at this point. Actually, who am I kidding? He's been tan at almost all points of his life. Pretty sure he was born with that tan, and if not, the doctor probably threw it at him. So showing a comparison with the Storm Collectibles Hogan, and you can see that soft goods shirt, so that looks really cool. Again, would have preferred that instead of this plastic one, but whatever. But once you take the shirt off the Storm Collectibles Hogan, you can really see the difference in the upper body, and the Storm one has a much thicker, buffer looking body than the new Elite 91, and this to me just looks much better and more accurate to how Hogan looked at that point. So not really a big fan of this torso for Hogan, but what I am a big fan of are the double jointed elbows that he has, so that is really nice that we get those, so that's really cool. I love that. And then the left bicep here does have some white speckles, so maybe it's just some leftover vitamin residue that Hogan injected. He's got white wristbands. Here you can see the belt on the Hogan figure. He's got his red and yellow tie-dye tight design, which looks alright. It does look like they only used one coat of yellow paint, so you can see a little bit of red seeping through the yellow. So an extra coat would have been nice, that would have made it look better, but aside from that, the paint deco does look pretty good. Really doesn't seem to be any fuzziness or mispaint, just, again, another coat of yellow would have done wonders with the tight design. He's got red knee pads, a black brace here, which you could see on Hogan during that time. He would often wrestle with a knee brace. He's got red boots with the yellow Hollywood flames, really cool Hogan image on the side of the boot. Paint looks really good on that image. And then you get the same thing on the other side, which looks really well done. Going over the articulation, head is on a ball joint, looks that high up, that far down, can turn side to side and tilt quite a bit. Shoulder goes that high up, rotates all the way around, a bit stiff on mine. There's a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, a swivel and hinge at the wrist. He crunches that far forward, goes that far back, so good range there. Waist swivel, legs go that far out, they go that high up, so you can pose the leg drop very well. Thigh cut, double jointed knees, a cut at the top of the boot, ankle goes that high up, that far down, and he's got some decent ankle pivot. Alright, and here's Elite 91 Hogan next to the Storm Collectibles red and yellow Hulk Hogan. And not only does the body look good on the Storm Collectibles one, but also the tan has a nice color on that figure. Here he is next to the Survivor Series Elite Hogan, and even that skin tone would have looked nice on this new one. Here he is next to the Ultimate Edition Amazon exclusive Hulk Hogan, both with the same head sculpts. Here he is next to the Ultimate Edition Hollywood Hogan. And finally, here he is next to the WrestleMania Elite Shawn Michaels with the swapped head sculpt. And there goes Shawn Michaels, needlessly overselling once again.
Brother.
Alright, so what are my final thoughts on the new Elite 91 Hulk Hogan? Well, it's certainly not a perfect figure. This figure does have a few issues. I'm not a fan of the torso. I think they could have used a bigger sized torso. This figure also could have benefited from a tan, like some of the other recent Hogans that we have received. And I mentioned that I would have preferred a soft goods shirt, but the plastic shirt was okay. Well, after I put it on, it didn't look as okay as I assumed it would. It doesn't really close all the way. It's kind of left open, kind of like a vest, rather than a shirt that has a ripping gimmick. So that's a little bit disappointing. But aside from those few issues, I do think that it is a overall good figure, just it isn't perfect, and it does have a few issues. Now, do I think this is better than the Storm Collectibles one? No. I think that is a great figure that still holds up well today. The only sucky thing about that figure is that he doesn't have any of the open hands like this, so he can do the ear cup pose or this pose properly. Now, if you were to ask me which one should you have in your collection if you could only have one, the Storm Collectibles one is the one to go with. However, I still think that this one is a good one to add to your collection. It's different enough to make it a little bit unique from the Storm version, and it's also nice that we have this from Mattel, because if you did miss out on that ringside exclusive Storm Collectibles red and yellow Hulk Hogan, now's your chance to have this version in your collection. So if you haven't done so already, go ahead and like this video and subscribe. If you want a chance to get a shout out in the next video, leave a comment down below, just like Space Case did on the RVD review, saying your Rob looks more like Bob. And when I read that, that actually made me laugh, so I really like that comment. Follow me on social media so you can be up to date with all my wrestling figure photography, and I'll see you next time.
Brother.